Hi everyone, this is LaShonda from Labors of Love with another Therapy Thursday video. Today I would like to talk about leaving the old stories behind. If you watch Therapy Thursday videos with me often, you'll know that talking about the stories we make up in our mind is not something new, but it's frequently something I revisit because I think it's important for people to remember that what we are perceiving in our environments come with a story by the time it gets to our brain. And when we start engaging with what's happening, frequently we're engaging with the story that has been made up in our minds, not necessarily what's in front of us. And that's what I've kind of talked about in the past. Today, I would like to put a specific emphasis on what stories are you willing to leave behind? There are some things about ourselves that we have been taught. And that could be that someone very explicitly said to us, you are this, you're fat, you're stupid, you're too tall, you're too short, you're too dark, you're too light, your hair isn't right, you're not good enough. Those things have actually come out of people's mouths to about and to other people. But it may be that no one actually said those words, but it's how you've been treated throughout your life that has created this scenario where you have taken on attributes about yourself that simply aren't true. And so, my invitation for people today is to look at your life and think about how you would identify yourself. And this is sometimes hard because if you go to a job interview or someone said, list your characteristics, it may not come out there. Where you start to know these stories is when you feel like you've made a mistake or you feel like someone is judging you. That's a good place to start. So you may be like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Why did I say that? Right? Then the stories start to come out. If you investigate, truly take intentional time to look at the things that come out of your mouth about yourself and thoughts you have about yourself, you will get closer to the stories that you have kind of been holding on to. And then to be able to ask yourself realistically, am I willing to let these stories go? A personal example for me, this wasn't explicit. I don't think anyone has ever said these things to me, but somehow throughout my experiences in life, I have simultaneously felt like not enough and too much all at the same time. Somehow never measuring up, never looking the part physically that I felt I should have. And so just not being enough. On the other hand, sometimes feeling that I was just too much, that my essence, my presence, and all that I bring was just too much for people to contain. So I needed to kind of dial it back so that people could be comfortable. Well, I think about maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago, I had an extremely powerful moment with a gentleman in a group, Courage to Connect, that I'm in. And I had only known him or met him that day, but I must have said something throughout the course of our time together, alluding to being too much. And he looked me dead in my face, in my eyes, as we were parting and I was saying goodbye. And he said, and you are never too much. In that moment, he articulated with such clarity and authority something that has always been true, but I never felt. And in that moment, I felt it in every part of my body that I am never too much, that another person's inability or lack of capacity to hold all that I am says more about them than it does about me. So I have learned to let that story go. And anytime I begin to tailor how I show up in the world because I think that I will be too much or people won't be able to handle it, I then have to go back to the mantra that I have said, I am never too much. As a matter of fact, I literally have changed the ringtone on my phone and my alert messages to Luther Vandross' Never Too Much. Sometimes I need to be reminded too. So that's my invitation for you today. What story have you caught or been taught? Where is it in your life, and are you willing to let that thing go? If you struggle with some of the stories that you've gathered over life and you need help to kind of figure that out and let go of some of those things, Labors of Love would love to walk alongside you on that journey. You can reach out to us at www.thelaborsoflove.com. You can reach out to us or follow us on all the major social media outlets. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until we connect again, be well.